Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to The It Factor, blessing the airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
Biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
SBTV Nation, it's Thursday night and we are in the house. It's your boy, The Dream. I'm here with my man, the Mad Hatter. What's going on, y'all?
That sounds like a superhero movie or something, Dream. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like one of your superhero guys coming out. Something that you're standing in line at midnight to watch the film for the first time. It sounds like something for like one of them movies. You know what I'm saying?
Dope, invigorating start. Get you up and out of your seat and get you ready to get into this. What's going on, man? How you doing?
I am good. You know what? It's been a great week of weather. And you know what? That just gets my juices flowing, man. It gets my batteries charged. I'm so much more productive. It's better than the rain and the snow that we've been dealing with.
Yeah, no, it's been way better than the rain and the snow. And thank God we're finally getting some decent weather because we can sure use it to cheer things up around here. On a sad note, the NFL, Rooney, former owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, he dies, I believe, at age 84.
Yep.
So we're just send our condolences and thoughts and prayers out to Dan Rooney.
Absolutely. Well, Dream, do you know that the mother of all bombs was dropped today on ISIS?
Again?
Did you hear about that?
No, what'd you say?
The mother of all bombs, the biggest bomb that the U.S. has ever dropped in the history of the U.S., dropped a bomb on ISIS today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, you know what? Hey, listen, I know there's going to be a bunch of them scurrying around and all that, but I think they did some serious damage today. You know what? That's what I do. You got to... The element of surprise and not letting everybody know what the hell you're doing before you do it is so key in doing stuff like that. And, you know, for the military, you know what I mean?
I would assume so. I don't know a lot about it, so I don't really have an opinion as far as that's concerned. But obviously, being as stealth as possible, you know, it's got to be, you know, to your advantage.
Right. I mean, because, you know, listen, I know that you're a big Obama fan and all that, but they always let people know when we were coming.
Time out.
So,
What does this got to do with Obama? Did Obama not get Bin Laden?
Oh, no doubt. No, listen, I'm not taking anything.
Did people know
no.
he was going in to get Bin when he got him?
Yeah.
Did he pull troops out that were dying overseas in a booty war for weapons?
Of course, yeah. No. Listen. I'm not taking anything away from the man at all. Okay, you know what I mean?
Okay.
No, what I'm just saying is that, like, you don't even know that this happened and it already just happened. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
bang.
I don't
It's
know
just
because
like
I've
that.
been knee deep in yard work outside. I got 2 kids at home from school, so I've been a little bit busy. So yeah, I don't know, but I will get around to it. It sounds as if you're trying to pat your boy on the back, though.
Dream. I'm sorry. Anybody that wants to take out terrorists is very, very good with me, regardless of who it is. I don't care if it was Hillary. If she did it, I'd be ecstatic.
Trying to pat your boy on the back, though.
Well, you know what?
Because instead of just talking about him being dope, you went and threw Obama in the mix.
Right on.
See what
But
I'm saying?
yeah, you know what
See
though?
what I'm saying?
It'd be pretty. It's a pretty good thing. You know what I mean? It's a pretty good day right now for that to happen. So it's all good. So good evening to everybody. It's so, you know what? I'm so used to saying good morning that it's hard sometimes, Dream, to be honest with you. But I'm looking forward to a great night tonight. Obviously, you got the NHL playoffs popping, huh? You must be knee deep in that.
Everybody's knee deep in the 150 so games of baseball. So we won't even discuss the NHL playoffs. If you lose, you get to go. Guys would rather play baseball where you lose and you just come back on the field the next day.
Not with no care in the world. I know.
With no care in the world.
Well, you know what? Fast Eddie, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. Dream, sir, have you gotten involved with any of Hockey Immortals series plays or anything like that?
Well, I already had my own plays that the things that I liked. And what I did get involved with already is I did already do a wager with the Chicago Blackhawks and the Washington Capitals money line par for the series, and I also have them in a money line par for tonight game, which kicks off at 7:00. So if you're interested in getting down with that, you might want to go get that in now. That is going to be the Washington Capitals and the Chicago Blackhawks. Chicago play the Predators. That's at 8:00, and the Washington Capitals play the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's a 7:00 Eastern time start. That's what I have in as of right now. I do have something on the horizon that we could talk about later in the show that I think is going to be an absolutely incredible spot. As far as NHL playoffs last night, the Rangers beat the Canadiens, which was a very interesting game because the Rangers kind of went in there, manhandled the Canadiens, and just took them down. Very, very good game won by the Rangers, especially considering it was on the road. So nice job by them. The Boston Bruins beat the Ottawa Senators. I like the Senators to win that series, but the Bruins win and already got game one of the series, and we've already are building up a couple of nice spot opportunities in the NHL. Listen, Hockey Immortal and I discussed the Pittsburgh Penguins repeating this season.
Yep.
Dude, the brakes off the Jackets last night. And the Blue Jackets are dope. Don't get me wrong. Blue Jackets are fast. They got good scoring. Power play kills are good. They play semi-well defense. I mean, they're more of an offensive juggernaut team. Listen, having it. I mean, Pittsburgh wasn't having it. I did take Pittsburgh to repeat and win the Stanley Cup as well. I think Pittsburgh, I believe Pittsburgh will win the Stanley Cup when all said and done. And the way they just ran through the Blue Jackets, I mean, that has to pump up their momentum even more. So the Penguins win 3-1 against the Blue Jackets. Surprisingly, the St. Louis Blues beat the Minnesota Wild. This game goes into overtime. We also have a nice spot for the Minnesota Wild as well. And last but not least, San Jose Sharks come alive last night, win in overtime, beat the Edmonton Oilers. Now, I like this Edmonton team. You know, I followed the San Jose Sharks into last season, beginning of this season into All-Star break. Yep. Love what the Sharks were doing. However, fell off, didn't really like their goalie play this at the snap of the skin. Suspect, didn't really appreciate that. Really don't have a lot of confidence with them going into this series because Edmonton had been a beast. Really liked Edmonton in this series. But I got to take my hats off to the Sharks. Winning, got it done in overtime. Great spot, great win by them. Great way to steal game one.
Sure,
so,
man.
Things look up for them right now.
Yeah, and I'm looking at, with all those wins and losses, you obviously have new series prices here. So you got the Rangers are favored now over the Canadiens minus 165. Pittsburgh minus 310, Dream, for the series. That's not bad. If you're taking them, that's still not that heavy.
It's not that heavy. You're right.
It's not that heavy.
That's because Columbus is dope hat.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
That matter of fact, out of all the series, that right there was the toughest series, and it stunk because both of those teams. It would have been nicer to see them meet at the, for their conference final as opposed to the playoff right out of the gate.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Wow. So looking at the rest of it here, the St. Louis Blues are slightly favored over the Minnesota Wild, and they're a 30-1 shot to win the Stanley Cup, brother.
Win the Cup. Now, as far as the Cup is concerned and winning the Cup, there's only a couple of teams I even think or even have the capability to go the distance. One I said was the Pittsburgh Penguins. The other, you might want to look at the Chicago Blackhawks as they both are all built to go the distance. As far as going the distance and those other teams are concerned, to me, they're huge long shots. But to win their series, you do have there are some solid plays as far as their series is concerned. I'm not going to go crazy, nor am I going to go crazy with the Boston Bruins.
Okay.
Or the Rangers for the matter of that part. So I wouldn't go chasing series in those games. For some of these teams, though, that went on the road, and when you look at like yesterday,
yep,
5 games, out of the 5 games,
Out of the 5 games, what?
4 of the road teams won.
4 of the road teams won. All dogs.
All dogs won out of all 5 of the games.
Dog day afternoon last night, man. Damn. Yeah, I'm looking at it here. Wow. That's pretty impressive for the road team. So now it puts them all in a great position because they just stole home ice, pretty much.
Because they stole home ice. But what it also does is it puts us in a great position moving forward on Friday. Because
you know what? I didn't even think of it like that. That's a really good idea, Dream.
stellar guys like the Edmonton Oilers, also the Minnesota Wild, they don't want to drop 2 games at home, so we got a nice turnaround spot on Friday to hammer some things home. So Friday's going to be, Friday looks really, really positive as far as wagering is concerned.
So are you going after most of the home teams that lost?
Home teams that lost. Really going to be invested in the Edmonton Oilers. I really like them to win their next game, and I really like the Minnesota Wild to beat the Blues next game.
So do you think that they'll be heavily juiced because they lost the first game? Well, I mean, I got the line. I got the lines right here. So Minnesota's minus 200.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Not worried about that.
Not worried about no doubt.
About that.
But
Cleaned up yesterday again with the NBA. The teams that needed to win, with the exception of the Cleveland Cavaliers, all won and didn't cover their spreads. But if you were able to tease it, you were all set.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, so Cleveland Cavaliers going to be the number 2, huh?
Dude.
That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know what the hell why they did that.
Well,
I guess they figured they had the 2 Atlanta games at hand, so they just said whatever. But then why would you not want the number 1 seed? I guess they really just did not care.
The question is their mindset is, do they think that Boston, will go to the conference final? Because Boston has to make it through the conference final, and then they relinquish number 1 to the Cavs. The Cavs must be under the mentality that maybe the Celtics won't get all the way through the conference final, and if they shouldn't, then the Cavs still have home court.
Yeah, but that's such a crappy way to do it, though, man. I mean, you're basically the kid that does his homework at the end of the semester to not have an F. It's
I agree, Hat.
It's just kind of like stupid. I think personally, I think that Atlanta game when they had the huge lead where we had the big bucks on them, I think that game kind of changed their whole complexion of how they're doing it moving forward. Because even after that game, Ty Lue was having a. I just laugh. I think about him. Just his face just makes me laugh, especially with that gifts that I put out there on Twitter, Dream. But he was just like talking about after the Atlanta loss when they blew a big lead that he was ready for the playoffs at that point.
You know what the thing is too, Hat? They came out and on that game, I believe it was Monday night, they had an opportunity to beat the Heat, and they blew that. I
know. Well, they didn't have. They weren't at full strength.
No, but they were up for the majority of the game.
I know.
They still blew it.
Good call. Well, it didn't come to form, but good call on your part, saying that they had a shot to win, and what were they getting? 13 or something crazy in that game?
They were getting 13. Game went to overtime. They led the game for the majority of the game. They ended up losing the game by 3 points, but the game did go to 13.
Wow.
I mean, the spread did go to 13.
So if you were smart enough to take the money line with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and you lost, but if you're really smart, you wait till they're up the entire game, and then you just bet the other way and just cash no matter what. You know what I'm saying, Dream? Because at some point, they had to be probably, a minus 300? So sure. Atlanta was probably, a plus 250? So no matter what, $100 bet, you either won, $600-700 one way or $250 the other way. So that's the move. That's why I like these dogs so much, man. Especially when they're getting heavy juice like that. It's great, brother. It's great in a lot of different sports. So, Dream, I just wanted to pull up real quick. There's some odds on the NBA championship and futures and whatnot, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm taking a look at this here. Now, you got the Cleveland Cavaliers playing the Pacers, and they're minus 970 to emerge out of that series. I don't see a problem with that. Like, I don't see any chance of what I mean by no problem is that I don't see any chance of the Pacers knocking them off.
I don't either.
At all. So, you know what? So, I mean, that's nothing's ever found money, guys, but that's probably something that's, I mean, I just can't see it happening. Then you go over to the Toronto Raptors stream, Milwaukee Bucks. This might be a tougher series than you think. I don't know if the Raptors should be given like 4-1 to be favored here. Do you? That seems a little high to me. Guys, we lost my co-host. Sorry about that. But anyway, you know what? It's all good because I'm going to give you my opinions of this. So I'm looking at that, and I got to be honest with you. I mean, the Milwaukee Bucks, I know they don't have the best record in the world or whatever, but if you watch them game to game to game, they're scrappy. And they play very hard on the defensive standpoint here. I may take a shot. I may take a shot with the Milwaukee Bucks. It may be throwing money away, but you know what? Plus 315, I'll give it a shot. Why not? San Antonio Spurs, Memphis Grizzlies. San Antonio minus 1050. It's awfully high, but there's just no way they're going to lose. I don't see that happening. But looking at another series here, guys. This one, I believe, is really good. The Utah Jazz versus the L.A. Clippers. And because the L.A. Clippers have home court, they are minus 200 on the money line. The best of 7 series. So they got to win 4 out of 7 here. And I would almost guarantee that the Utah Jazz will not get swept here. I'm probably looking somewhere along like the lines of like a Clippers 4-2. Utah Jazz, they're a great team. They play awesome defense, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's just going to be tough for them to win in LA that many games. If they could sneak 1 out of the 2 first games, they got a pretty damn good shot at doing it. So, and there's some pretty heavy lines, man. I mean, Golden State Warriors are giving 14.5 to the Portland Trailblazers the first game. You know, they don't like to cover. But, guys, you know what? It is the playoffs, and my system with taking double-digit underdogs is going to be a wrap at this point. It's all regular season work, guys. We did awesome with that. Everybody that's gone back and forth with me, we've all talked about it. It's been great. Double-digit underdogs. Ever since I mentioned it, I'd say maybe, what has it been, about 2 months now, guys? On a nightly basis, if you take a look at it, it's somewhere along the lines of 70%. I don't have the exact number, but it was awesome. But in the playoffs, especially with all the comebacks that have been happening, any team that's up 20, it's still not safe. So I could see in the playoffs, I could see these teams kind of just keeping their players out there. You know, it's postseason now. You got to win it. Every game matters. You can't risk a team coming back. So double-digit favorites may end up covering after all, guys. So that's something to take a look at, you know, when you're gambling here in the NBA. I mean, it's been, you know, been a long time for me, man. If I think back to it, probably 20 years of gambling. You know, a lot of playoff matchups, put it that way. So, you know, listen, I know there's people out there that have been doing it a lot longer than me. I'm talking 30, 40, 50, 60 years, whatever it is. But, hey, listen, this is where I'm at with it. Thank you to everybody that's sending those photos. Again, Rick Lopez, love it. Absolutely love the photo you just sent me, brother. And one more thing here. Actually, 2 more things. I'm sorry. I'm going to stay with the NBA real quick, guys. The Washington Wizards are minus 225 versus the Atlanta Hawks. Honestly, I think the Atlanta Hawks have some serious momentum right now, guys. I really do. I mean, when you look at their body of work they lost at the Pacers. But, I mean, they had 2 wins versus Cleveland, a win versus the Celtics, and a win versus the Hornets. I may be inclined to take the Atlanta Hawks here in this series, another dog, and just kind of watch it game by game and see if I could hedge or whatever, you know, try to pull some money out, do all that. But I may take them as a dog. Golden State Warriors are minus 8,500 to beat the Portland Trailblazers. Wow. Guess who's not making money on that? Unbelievable. Boston Celtics are minus 460 playing the Chicago Bulls. You got to lay almost $500 to make $100 on the Boston Celtics. You know what? They're a great team. Obviously, they've got some scoring options, but you know what? I'm not going to lay that much juice with the Boston Celtics. It's not doing it. And then you got the Houston Rockets with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Battle of the potential MVPs here. Obviously, Russell Westbrook is clearly, in my opinion, truly the MVP. But I can't see OKC going out without a fight. I got to be honest with you. The 6 versus the 3 seed here, guys. You know what? 3-10. I may just, for the hell of it, just take 3 underdogs. Mix them all together.
That's
the
a tough series.
What, you there? Back?
Tough series.
Which one is that? The
Thunder Rockets.
I know it's dude. I got to be honest with you, man. I mean, watching Russell Westbrook, he's been insane, bro. I mean, it may. I mean, he's capable of getting at least 2 home wins here. Don't you think?
I do think he's capable of getting 2 home wins. The question for both of these teams is going to be who's going to step up in the supporting cast.
Cantor.
You know Russell's going to do his thing. You know Harden's going to do his thing. Who's going to step up around these guys in the supporting cast? The thing that bothers me about the Rockets is I think they are a heavily 3-point shot dependent on team. I almost want to say that they shoot more threes than even Golden State, which I may be wrong about, but it's got to be very close. The thing is when the threes are not dropping, man, it creates transition basketball, and the Rockets do not play good defense.
No, they're one of the worst in the NBA.
Yeah.
And you know how fast Westbrook is. I mean, he's super fast.
I know how fast Westbrook is. Yeah, that's a tough series there.
It is a tough series. I mean, look at the odds, Dream. They're pretty. I mean, that's heavy. Minus 370 for the Rockets. I wouldn't be surprised if OKC steals the first game. Don't be surprised, guys.
I think I'd be surprised if they stole the first game.
Yeah?
I think I would.
Okay. You know, I'm looking up something real quick here. I just want to see shooting. All right, 3-pointers attempted per game. You're absolutely right. The Houston Rockets lead the league.
Yeah.
40, Dream. 40 a game they go for. Wow. 40.
I know.
The second, and it's the team second is the Cleveland Cavaliers, believe it or not. Just about 34 per game they go for. Believe it or not, Dream, the Golden State Warriors are number 5, 31 per game they take. So the Houston Rockets are like 33% more.
Sure.
That's insanity. That's nuts. So what is it, man? What is it with that team? I mean, they've been winning, but they're not winning at a super, super high percentage like Golden State Warriors or the Spurs. I mean, is that their only option?
Yeah, but I mean, Golden State and the Spurs, you're talking about the 2 premier teams in the NBA. So, I mean, the whole lot of other teams, the Cavs aren't winning like Golden State or the Spurs either.
Yeah, good point. All right, I could see it. I'm just saying, listen, so, I got a couple of...
I mean, the Golden State, when you talk about Golden State, that's the super team anyway. So you can't really compare. Well, to me, the team that deserves the most accolades would be with San Antonio Spurs to maintain their position and still be that close second. Because Golden State, you know, it's like a all-star pickup game team.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Well, you're going to get them minus 8,500 to win the series, Dream? Lay $8,500 on it. Come on.
I'm not going to lay $8,500 on it.
Dude, why is that even out there? Like, who would do that? Are there people that would do that? Bill Gates.
If you've got that kind of money, I mean, it's worth. They're not losing. They're not losing the tournament, by the way.
And what if they do? And then you're rich. You don't.
Dude, you're rich, and so what? You made a great investment. That's like if you buy a stock and it bombs. What are you gonna do? Yeah, okay, but at least you made an incredible decision.
I love you out there justifying a minus 8,500. That's awesome.
How can you be mad at yourself? Listen, here's my deal. I can't be mad at myself. See, you guys like the dog players. You would rather blow $100, okay, and put it on the Trailblazers in hopes that they somehow miraculously would win. To me, that's asinine because that's just throwing away money. I'd rather take the 8,500 and put it on. I know, Golden State is not losing this series.
What if they do? They
lost and you lost money. But my thing is 90. You got like a 95% ratio of statistically they're gonna win this series at. There's no way the Portland Trailblazers are beating the Golden State Warriors.
I got an idea for you to get faster money with the same odds. Why don't you go over to the casino, go to the roulette wheel, cover every single option and number except for one number. That's basically what you're doing. If you left like the number 17 uncovered and you covered every other thing, that's basically the same kind of odds. So just go do that and you're good. You get your money a lot faster, Dream. That's all.
No doubt. But no, I think it's like I said, if you have a lot of money and you are willing to put that, obviously it's ridiculous, but if if you're like a billionaire, then you go and do something like that.
So
you go and drop a couple of millions on it.
So you go, let's see, you go for every 85,000, you're making $1,000. So for every, just go put 85 million on it, brother. Make $1 million. All set.
That's a quick way to make $1 million. Hey, go give me the stock you can do that with in 7 games.
Yeah, right, exactly. Wow, guys. Unbelievable. All right, good conversation there, Dream. Dream, I had another one, and I was talking about this when you weren't on. I think the Hawks can challenge the Wizards. I agree with you 100%. I think so, right? I mean, they're plus 185. I think they could win a game in Washington, maybe win 2 in Atlanta, and then that would flip flop. I could see that.
The Wizards are known to collapse.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know how many times the Wizards punched me in the face in the playoffs. They collapse all the time. Yeah, Atlanta definitely has a fighter's chance against the Wizards, if you ask me. Matter of fact, the whole East playoffs, outside of the Cavs Pacers, to me is kind of a toss-up.
Right on.
Because Milwaukee
I said
could
that too.
honestly beat the Raptors.
I said that too. That's what I was talking about when you got cut off.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that.
Milwaukee could beat the Raptors. I don't think it's going to happen, but Milwaukee could beat the Raptors. The Hawks could beat the Wizards. I don't really see the Bulls beating the Celtics, but you know what? Dwayne Wade's there. Rajon Rondo's there. They all have playoff championship experience. You throw Butler in the mix, too. They're a more experienced team than the Celtics are. Don't get me wrong. They don't play on the same level, but they are a more experienced team than the Celtics are. And remember, when the playoffs start, the game slows down. It's not the same game as the regular season game. To me, the East is very wide open as far as the matchups are concerned. The West, not so much.
Okay, so... And so you think any of the Western Conference playoffs slow down, or they just keep the same speed?
There's no stopping the Spurs at all.
So you don't think that the same speed will be or the speed will be declined a little bit in the West, or no?
Well, that won't have an effect on that speed thing only has effect on that Golden State team as far as I'm concerned, and maybe the OKC Houston, but they're playing each other.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that you're probably going to just see. I mean, here's the thing about taking the under and overs with the Houston Rockets is that James Harden gets the ball, top of the key, drives to the basket. But, I mean, it takes a shot, like, within 3 seconds. That's it. That's all he does. So, it's so hard to take an under when they're playing, you know what I mean, because of that. It drives you nuts. If the only ones that I like to do are the overs with that team, Dream.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
agree with you.
saying?
That series, like I said, can go any way. I don't really get involved with the total. I'm not going to get. You playing with the totals?
Well, it's 228 right now, and I would not go under that. I would go over if I'm taking the Houston Rockets ever. Period. I mean, when you look at what they've done, I mean, with the exception of like their last 10, but I mean, just tons of overs, especially in the beginning of the year. They just
Hey
kept
guys,
going.
those of you that like baseball, this is the NBA playoffs that's up and coming. So sorry if we're boring you, but we are interested.
No, whatever, man.
in-
We gotta keep going here. You know, I mean, this is where we make some money. I mean, this is win or go home, like you
Yeah,
said,
no
Dream.
doubt.
Dream, Utah Jazz versus the LA Clippers. I'm starting to believe in the Clippers a little bit. I think they could beat the Jazz here. What's your thoughts?
Okay, good. Because I thought you were going to go Jazz, and I was going to have to shut you down. First of all, I believe that this is the Clippers' last season with this team as we know it right now. And I think all of those players realize this, and they are going to make a push to the best of their ability to try to go as deep in this playoff run as they can. I still don't think it's going to be very deep, but I think that they are going to beat the Utah Jazz. What's great is they got home court for this series. I think the Jazz win a game, but I think for the most part the Clippers will beat the Jazz. I got them winning 3-1 this series. I think they win the first 2 at home. I think the Jazz win their first game at home, and then the Clippers win the next 2.
Yeah, I think so. And minus 200 is, I don't think that awful to lay on that. I think that one's a better series to bet on than some of the larger dogs and favorites, you know, to be honest
Sure.
with you. So that's what I'm at
What do
with
you got
that.
a series number? And guys, don't forget you can parlay these series together too. That helps cut into some of this juice as well. What's your series numbers for the Spurs Grizzlies?
Got to lay $1,000 to win 100, brother.
Yeah.
1,050. They're not
You may
losing.
have to put 3 together. You may have to end up doing like Cavs, Spurs, and Clips.
Well, if you put the Clips in with that, it should balance it out.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know?
I'm saying.
I mean, if you do the Spurs, Bill Gates probably a better bet there, don't you think? You only got to put up $10 million to make $1 million instead
Yeah,
of
the
85.
Spurs is definitely a great call. That's going to be an ugly series. The Grizzlies are going to try to make it as ugly as possible, but I have no doubt the Spurs will roll right through the Grizzlies.
I agree with you. Take a sweep.
That's
I don't mind a sweep.
yeah, I don't mind a sweep there either. I think you're right. I don't mind a sweep either. Yeah.
I'm looking for it. I'm trying to find the sweep props. See where they're at. There's a
That's
prop.
silly though. I wouldn't do that.
Why not? I did it before.
I know you did. I'm not because I don't think these teams, especially the Spurs, I don't think these teams care enough about sweeping like that.
I'm looking at it here. I mean, hey, listen, Cavs versus the Golden State Warriors is only minus 150 for an NBA championship final, Dream. Minus 150, that's it?
It's not bad.
So you got to lay 1,500 to make 1,000 there.
Bad.
I don't mind that at all.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
That was higher than that before. Maybe because the Celtics.
That's because the Cavs are booty.
Oh,
They think the Cavs might get beat by the Pacers.
yeah, but the Cavs are still going to see. The Cavs are still going to be favored in the Celtics series if they play them. I think minus 150 is strong, bro.
Maybe not have.
I think it's strong. I think that's.
If the Celtics sweep both their series and then play the Cavs and the Cavs go 7 games.
Guys, I'm sorry, but listen, I like doing dogs and stuff like that, but I am going to lay minus 150 for the Cavs versus Golden State. I have no choice. I have to. As long as it's under 200, I'm happy with that, Dream. The hell. They're going.
I don't know, man. The Cavs are dusty.
Yeah. So you think the Celtics? I'm just saying to win the East. That's all. And Golden State to win the West.
As dusty as the Cavs
I'm
are, the Celtics just don't match up well against that.
I know. So the only other thing that could happen is what? Spurs and Spurs. Well, anything could happen, but I'm just saying I think that's a really good bet.
I do too.
Call me crazy, guys. Listen, I know that people don't like to lay that kind of juice, but minus 150 for me, it works just fine.
Stop playing baseball.
What's that? Yeah, man, I think it's a good bet. I really think it's a good bet.
Baseball.
I really like that bet. So that's where I'm going to be. Dream, it's LeBron James. Come on. At the end of the day, it's the playoffs against LeBron James.
I'll tell you what, though. I like Golden State to win the whole thing. I like that one the best.
All right, so you put that in too.
Because I know this. If Golden State gets to the final, that Cleveland Cavalier team, there's no team in the East that's better than the Golden State Warriors.
No, of course not. I agree with you at this point. Especially if they're clicking on all cylinders. KD back in the lineup now. Works out pretty good. Dream, we got to get into tonight's hockey, brother.
Yes, we do got to get into tonight's hockey.
All right, because you got a lot of stuff going on here, so we need to have that conversation right now.
Well, I'll make it real easy for you. First of all, are playing the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs back their way into the playoffs. A lot of people feel that the Tampa Bay Lightning should be there and not the Maple Leafs, including myself. I also think the Islanders did a better in-season play than the Maple Leafs did. But the Maple Leafs backed themselves in there, and you're going against the Capitals. The Capitals have had a stellar season all season. Power play kill is strong. The defense is strong. Goalie's been playing off the charts. The Maple Leafs played their whole end game, their end of their season, very pensive, very scary. They caught a little momentum about 4 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden, when they needed that one game to get through, it was like they couldn't get it done.
Okay.
Show he said that he got the Maple Leafs getting murdered. So do I. I think the Caps kill them. I did put this series and parlayed it with the Blackhawks. I am also taking the Washington Capitals for this evening, and I have them parlayed with the Blackhawks as well. Both game one situations and series plays. Washington Capitals to beat the Maple Leafs, and then game two is the Chicago Blackhawks to beat the Predators. Predators been up and down this season. Haven't gotten a historic gameplay out of Pekka, who's their goalie that they saw in the past. This season, the old name big time goalies just didn't pan out in most of these situations. And Pekka just didn't show up this season for the Preds. And Patrick Kane for the Blackhawks. You know what the Blackhawks all about. They won 2 years ago, and they're looking to right their wrongs and do their thing again this season. Love Chicago in this spot. I like them to win the series, and I like them to win the game starting with tonight. Both these teams come out on their home ice, electric. They look to put down their opponent.
You think home ice is due after last night?
Yeah, I think home ice works after last night because these two teams are very solid home teams. They've also got first of all, the Capitals are looking to try to make people believe in them after their collapse year in and year out in the playoffs. So they want to get off to a fast and a great start.
Yep.
Maple Leafs and Preds, they come limping in. In your other series that you saw those other teams win, those other teams had better shots. As far as I'm concerned, yesterday, the only sure shot game for sure was the Pittsburgh Penguins, which the Penguins were the only winner. Mm-hmm. Tonight is a little bit different situation because the Caps and the Blackhawks, they're not having it in their house, and they'll both get out. They'll both look to get out to a great start.
So you think they both go up 1-0? All right.
Like I said, I'm taking them for tonight, and I also have them for the series. And slightly lean the Calgary Flames.
Really?
Yeah.
Versus the Ducks? On the road? On the road? That's ballsy, man. Under over 5, so they're calling for a low-scoring affair here.
Nah, not really. That's a standard under-over for a hockey.
I usually see 5.5s, but,
Five's pretty standard.
Five's pretty standard. All right, man. Well, Dream, I wish you the best of luck with your hockey. I'll tell you that much, man. So, pulling up Major League Baseball real quick. Let's see if we could have a conversation about anything up our... Dude, you know what? I haven't really been watching much baseball, Dream. I'm getting so ready for the NBA playoffs. It's just like I'm studying. I'm trying to figure out like series prices and just where I want to put the money. But because I want to get series money and I want to get that final result. I don't want to take a team to win the championship. I just want to take the Golden State versus the Cavs. And that's not really a shocker, but. Taking a look at the, what's going on here, guys. It seems like there's a lot of parity in baseball right now. I mean, I'm looking at a lot of like 3-4, 4-4 records, 5-3, 5-4, 4-4, stuff like that. With the exception of Dream.
Cats don't care. Cats is out there. They're like, we got 100 and some. They're watching the NBA finals and the hockey finals too.
Do you want? Do you want to know who the worst team in baseball is right now? The Toronto Blue Jays, man. 1-7 on the year, dude. Unbelievable. I wonder where did Dizzle have them finishing?
K-Sizzle ain't that far behind him at 2-6.
2-6, right? Well, you know what? Dr. Dan has the Blue Jays under 85.5 wins this year. So looks like he's on target, man. He might hit it by the All-Star break. Believe it or not, the way they're going.
Mad baseball stats right now about overs and so-and-so wins. Kid rocks. I'm not betting baseball.
The surprise of the first 9 games is the Cincinnati Reds, Dream. 7-2. Best record in baseball.
And Hack, let me ask you this.
Yes.
How many times at this point in the season do we see a team come out of the gate in baseball, look stellar? Perfect example, I see the New York Mets over there with their 6-3, all right? And I haven't even turned on the fan, but I'm sure if I turn it on, I'll hear all that rhetoric. And then come August, we can't find that team anymore.
Oh, of course. It happens, and it goes through skids, up and down, left. I mean, they can win. Defending champions have won and lost 7 games in a row at times. 7, guys. So for all you Chase players get crushed with that, so be careful with chases. Listen, baseball chase systems never really worked for me, and I did it many times over 20 years, kid. Never worked. Just no matter what, you just run out of gas, Dream. It just...
You run out of gas, you run out of money.
That's what I'm saying. You run out of gas. You run out of steam on your account. You're reloading. So I'm not trying to do that. No way. No way. I mean, I don't know how profitable dogs are this year. I mean, that's probably something to take a look at, guys. But other than that, Dream, I mean, since there's so much parity, there's no team over 200-1 to win the World Series at this point. They're all like 150-1, 200. That's it, though. So no real long shots yet because of all the parity.
I love Cats being talking about the books. The books haven't figured it out yet. I'm like, neither of you.
No doubt. Oh, man. All right, Dream. Well, tomorrow's Good Friday. We'll be on the show. We're working tomorrow, but we're not working on Sunday, guys. Easter Sunday, we are taking the day off to be with our family.
You got something for tonight or what with the baseball?
I'm thinking, I'm just looking. I got to do a little bit more homework, but I'm taking a look. I mean, there's been a lot of games already.
Well, you got the bum on the mound? I got
Bumgarner on the mound, exactly. So, that's a possibility versus the Colorado Rockies. I may get involved with him, especially being 4-6 this year. I mean, anytime you get Bumgarner, minus less than 200, it seems to be a pretty good value, to be honest with you.
A bum on the mound, or if I just want him to bat.
Yeah, right. I'm looking at. I might take Kansas City tonight versus Oakland. I believe that they're due here. You know what? They've just dropped 2 home games in a row to the Oakland A's. I think this team is due at this point. Minus 128. You know, if you're to do anything, you do Bumgarner and maybe put the Royals with it.
Got Jason Vargas on the mound.
Under over of 9 in that game. They're expecting a lot of fireworks there, guys. That's a high total for a Royals game, Dream. That really is. Let me just pull this up real quick, guys. I just want to see something. So, Kansas City's lost the last 3 games, as we talked about. 2-6 straight up overall. And you know what? Against the spread. Wow. This is interesting. I'm trying to find some over trends here because I can't figure out this 9. 5 of the last 7 Oakland games have gone under, Dream, as well. So,
Somebody just tweeted something about it over. Hold on, let's take a look.
yeah, Kansas City scores 3 runs a game, guys. I mean, listen, I'm going to take a shot with them tonight as a slight favorite, but
Joe Everett says 5 Yankee overs in a row. So
really?
He's liking that.
Oh, okay. Something to take a look at. So I'm pulling up the rest of this
the
here.
Over's a good look, but not tonight.
The overs.
I think he's talking about hockey, though.
Yeah, I got it. That's what I'm on. I'm on Kansas City, and I'm on possibly San Francisco. We'll see. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to mix that up. I might take Kansas City straight, to be honest with you. And I may also, believe it or not, I may look at the Toronto Blue Jays to catch a win tonight with Laureano on the mound. I know he was not that great last year, but you know what? I may take a shot with them too. I got to do a little bit more homework here, and I've only got 10 minutes after the show to do it, so that's where I'm at, Dream.
Rick Lopez says that the Dodgers series play starts tomorrow. You might want to get on that, and he also likes the Boston Red Sox for use that are playing baseball.
All right, sounds good, man. So we'll be back on the air tomorrow, 6 o'clock, brother.
Definitely tomorrow back on. There'll be some great spots. We should come back off of the spot tonight. Guys, if you just kept tuning in the show, we're definitely heavily invested in this hockey right now. Well, I am. And I am going with Chicago Blackhawks, and I'm also going with the Washington Capitals. It's both a money line parlay for the series, both of them, and a money line parlay for game 1, each team tonight. I also like the Flames, but I'm not playing them as the 2 parlays I got are relatively heavy. I'd like to thank Jim Roman's Douche, G Rose, Cash Action Beck, Rich Lopez, Sir Mata, AB Lent, Fast Eddie, 72, my man Hockey Immortals out there. Eddie E is in the house, Irvin, Terrence Mack, Vegas Girl 92661, Joseph Del Rosario as well, Sin City Maverick, and Papa Bear, just to name a few. Gang, NHL playoffs?
Yes.
NBA playoffs. When that's done, your boy will be knee-deep into baseball. But as far as gambling on baseball, I'm not going to go down right now. I'm sorry. I'm just going to hold out. I want to put my money where I'm going to get max effort, and you're not telling me you're going to get max effort right now on the diamond. Just my opinion.
Absolutely not, Dream. We love max effort. And we love betting the games where we know we're not going to get max effort as well. We just have to identify them like towards the tail end of the seasons. Congratulations on all the money you made at the end of the NBA, Dream. Damn. Wow. Thank you for and you're welcome for turning you on to that, to really getting you excited about it. Because I got you amped last Friday night when I started talking about it. You're like, wait a minute. Then my man's sending me injuries, he's sending me stats, he's sending me this and that, and I'm like, oh, what are you, a capper now, son? Oh man, what are you trying to sell packages here, kid?
The NBA, the last week of the NBA profit.
Yes, absolutely. So
and it all came from a few $100 from North Carolina winning March Madness. I can just tell you, we are into a few thousand, and that's more than 2.
Check time.
Check time. Sent a check home yesterday, actually.
All right, good, guys. All right, well, hey, enjoy your Thursday night. If you got the day off tomorrow, happy Good Friday to you. Don't go too crazy and get yourselves in trouble. Try to keep yourselves contained. But whatever you do, go out there and get that money. Let's go.
Peace.